Hi guys, this is MineTheFab. I'm back just one day after I built this thing. You see, this contraption that is a Mumbo Jumbo door. I built it yesterday, or actually last night, because I saw this video that Mumbo made about the fanciest piston door in Minecraft, where he attempted to make a 4x4 piston door with sand going down and then being brought back up by bubble elevators. And for some reason it didn't quite work out for him, and he of course went on and made another rather fantastic build, another door that used slime blocks to get the sand across. I made this, and yeah, it works. But then today, when I've had some sleep, I kind of went back and looked at this, and then I remembered that what Mumbo really tried to attempt was making a 4x4 piston door, which is of course something completely different, maybe. So today I kind of made this, which is bigger and more wicked and simpler at the same time. If I just push the button, you'll see it's a standard sand door. The sand drops down, and now this one has the sand being brought up by bubble elevators from both sides simultaneously, so you get this fun effect. You will notice though that the last two blocks come in from the right side, and that's because otherwise I would have to do a lot of piston things down here to push the blocks around, and I just honestly couldn't be bothered. So but I took what I learned from this to make this, and this one was as I said in the video yesterday, when you pushed the button here, you started a clock, an ether clock, hover clock, that kind of ran the duration that it took for this clock to make enough pulses to push 9, which is 3x3, 9 sand blocks into the water bubble elevator and have this piston pushing it out again. So today I took another approach. I just have the same ether clock making, this is 4x4, so this is what, 16? Yeah, I think it is. Sand blocks come across to each side, but I kind of have the timing set differently. What I've done is I've taken a chest, a normal chest, and a comparator, and right now there's no block because it has been pushed away and up upstairs. Yeah, upstairs. But when the sand drops down, it will make a current. This comparator will read that there is something in the chest, and it will turn out this redstone torch, and this hover clock will start going again. So if we take a look at it from the other side, just hit the button, go over here. This is where everything happens. And I really love this. I really love everything going on. This may not be a practical door to build in survival Minecraft. I mean, it's quite huge. I'm not very good at compacting redstone, so you probably could make it smaller, but it's actually not all that slow. So I'm kind of surprised at that. I mean, that's not so bad. And these, as I said yesterday, for those who haven't seen any of my videos, I just love this way. Of course, you wouldn't necessarily need two. You could have one and then connect it to the other side. And this way of bringing the current up, which is a piston pushing up sand and having it registered by an observer, and then have a stabilizer circuit, and then pushing into a double piston extender. So you could have used another way of getting the current up there, and some kind of tower. This double piston extender, you could have done it another way too. There's actually room for it if you changed out this glass block for a solid block, and then just made a normal regular double piston extender. That will work too. So The problem that Mumbo ran into, I kind of was too tired to explain it yesterday, is if you have sand on top of a bubble elevator and you try to push it onto a block, that works. But when the next block comes up, the next sand block comes up, this happens. You cannot push it because it's an entity, not a block. And the way I solved it was quite simple. I exchanged this one for a double piston extender so that there's never any block here. The first block is pushed 1, 2 over here. So when the next block comes up, it works. That's it. It's just as simple as that. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see other videos, make sure to subscribe. I can just put in a plug here telling you that when I'm not getting distracted by these kinds of things, I'm actually working on a modular based Minecraft base where you have all of the necessary farms in exactly the same size modules, and then you can actually enlarge them, have more of this or less of this, and it all kind of ties together with an integrated system of transport of the items, and it works with the knowledge of the Minecraft mechanics that kind of needs you to be around for a lot of these farms to actually work. As you can see, there's a sugarcane farm, and on the other, I'm actually in the latest snapshot, so on the other side there's a bamboo farm and a super smelter with which actually also uses the new smoker, and you can have a pumpkin farm. And you kind of use it's not about being most efficient. It's also about having some fun designs. But of course, if you want to need if you need, for instance, a lot of kelp, this design probably isn't effective, so you need something like this. I'm working on this as well, so you can fit this in. And I have this very, very cool, very highly efficient design for a kelp farm here in storages. But more about that when I have the time. So please look back, come back and check what I make. Maybe you find something you can use. Bye.